go-tos.
Hey guys, Kevin Watson here with the Desire Company. I'm gonna walk you through the basic punches in boxing. We're gonna work on the jab, the cross, and if you're feeling good and you feel like you can move a little bit further, we'll work on the hook as well, all right? So let's get to our boxing stance, right? First punch is a jab, all right? The lead straight hand, it's gonna be my left hand, southpaw will be your right hand. I'm gonna throw it, as I throw it out, it's gonna come straight out just like a laser, right? Imagine I'm shooting that punch right down a pipe. If I were looking in a mirror, that punch is gonna be hitting my chin right in the mirror, right? As I throw that punch and extend it, wrist is gonna turn over, and you wanna try to land with these top two knuckles, all right? So again, from the start, really slow. As I extend the jab out, I'm turning the hip, turn the wrist, finishing here right down the middle, right down the pipe. If you think about your center line, that punch is finishing right over top of that center line. So that's the jab or the cross, right? So it's just right here, nice and easy in real time. Straight out, right back to the face. Right? Turn that hip into it a little bit. You think about maybe pulling your back shoulder a little bit, but always rotate, turn the wrist. That's gonna give you a little bit more snap on that punch, right? And that's the basics of the jab, the most important punch there is in boxing. Your two, your straight backhand. It's gonna be my right hand, southpaw will be your left hand. This is a power punch, right? Power punches, the power comes from the floor up. So we gotta start that punch with the foot, travels to the knee, the hip, the shoulder, out to the end of the punch, right? So back to your boxing stance, right? Hands are up nice and high. As I go to throw that two, right? My back foot's gonna turn here, just like I'm squishing a bug or putting a cigarette out. As I turn that foot, the knee's gonna turn, the hip's gonna turn, and then I'm gonna extend through the wrist all the way out. Again, finishing right over top of my center line, knuckles turn over. I kind of corkscrew that wrist as I throw. So it's right here again, nice and slow. Back foot turns, I'm gonna squish the bug with my back foot. Knee turns, hip turns, shoulder turns, wrist, elbow turns all the way out through that punch. Weight's gonna distribute a little bit more to that front leg. Think 60%, 40%, all right? So as I throw that punch, weight shifts forward a little bit, 60% here. You may have heard someone say sit in your punches before. That's exactly what that is. Sit down into that front leg a little bit, rotate through, turn the wrist, hands up, nice and high, that front hand's guarded here, back to it. So again, in real time, back foot turns, hip turns, wrist, elbow, shoulder turns, all the way through it. Right down the pipe. Remember to breathe as you throw it. Keep that lead hand up, right? Power is coming from the floor up, so we gotta generate that power, that kinetic energy through the floor. Starts with the feet turning, the hips turning, the shoulders turning, wrists and elbows turning. And that's the basics of the two or the cross, the power backhand. From here, we're gonna learn the hook, right? As I bring that backhand back to my face, now I'm gonna think about pulling my weight to my back leg. My back heel is gonna sit down, my front foot is gonna squish the bug now. So as that backhand comes down, right heel sits, left foot comes out and turns, squishes the bug. I'm screwing that foot, and then hand comes straight out from the chin, and I'm finishing right here, right? So I'm thinking 90 degrees with the elbow, thumb is up. If you feel better, thumb in, that's not wrong, that's okay. Thumb up here, or thumb in. Just make sure that elbow is up behind the punch, back guard is up, right? So back to neutral here. Let's throw the 1-2 and hold it. So I'm here, 60% of the weight in the front leg. As I throw that hook, back heel sits, front foot screws into the floor, backhand comes to the face, coming nice and short. It's a short power punch, elbow behind here. Now I've got 60% of the weight in the back leg, 40% here, and I've really screwed that front foot into the floor, coming back to neutral. So in real time, it's here. Good. Watch the weight distribution, watch the hips and the feet turn. Power is coming from the floor up, so we gotta generate that power, that kinetic energy through the floor. Starts with the feet turning, the hips turning, the shoulders turning, wrists and elbows turning. And that's the basics of the hook, your short shot on the inside, a lot of power generated from the floor up. That's the basics of the hook.